So today is an extra special treat for me, man. You know what I'm saying? For a couple of reasons. One, I'm getting ready to go to Vegas in the morning, you know what I'm saying, and do what I do out there and get everything cracking. But before I even get to all that, I got the man who's been rolling with me. Man, how long has it been, bro? How long has it been, man?
I don't even want to age
that let you know how old we are, man. But
you know,
this is the only man that actually, when I do business, man, he's one of the only guy I do business with. Is the only guy that I make money with every time. You know what I'm saying? And what we got coming now, Cam Global Solutions, man. Oh my God, about to blow it out the water, man. So before we even get to all that, man, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Magic, Duane Jackson in the building, bro. What's happening, man?
Man, what's happening? What's happening, everybody? Everything is good, man. Life is good.
Life is good. It's about to get a whole lot better. You dig what I'm saying, man? So anyway, so let's go ahead and get on to it, man. So I'm trying to figure out how we met. We got in the game was through music.
Through music, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had at that time we had a couple of studios.
Yeah.
Recording studios. So we had been doing music and doing our production and engineering for years at that. And I had dabbled back and forth with a few artists, but most of it was just through production.
Yeah.
And we met actually on that circuit.
Yeah.
You know, out doing promotions in clubs and stuff like that, man. So yeah, damn.
Yeah. So I'll elaborate on that. So for those of you who don't know, I've done a man of many things like this guy has right here. That's why we click so well. Back in the day, I used to be on the music scene, and I had a record label, you know what I'm saying, me and my folks out of the Bay Area, man, and we used to have artists fly in, and we would take them and set up the strolls for them, down in Deep Ellum and shit. And because we were recording, doing all that shit, I ran into this guy doing that, like he said, you know what I'm saying, and we just clicked off ever since, bro. It's like right now, there's only about 3 guys I can count on one hand that I really, really fuck with. Otherwise, I'm by myself. This is one of them, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, keep it moving. So tell me actually, let's go back to the origin. You're from New Orleans. Give us that whole background, how that came from, and how you ended up in the D, you know what I'm saying?
Man, from New Orleans, grew up, born and raised east side, Ninth Ward in New Orleans. Yeah. Ended up leaving New Orleans after high school, going to Southern University.
Southern University, stand up.
Yeah, you know, Southern University at the time. My girlfriend was at LSU, a few minutes away. And so after graduation, she bolted to Dallas, actually the Fort Worth area. And sitting there one day going to visit, I went out there, had a ball. Me and her had a ball the whole time, came back to it. Found out a couple of my partners had came to Dallas as well. So my boy Ali had came out at the time. And my boy Corey came out at the time. So I came back to visit her again. Linked up with them, man. We ended up going to the Hard Knock Life tour with Jay-Z, Had a ball, man. When I tell you, we had a ball out here in Dallas, and that was really my first time experiencing it.
Yeah.
And then after that, I said, well, man, let me just put some feelers out in Dallas and see what was going on.
See what's happening.
Ended up finding a position with a company that ended up paying for me to leave, move out there, pay for my apartment, the whole nine.
Yeah.
And so I've been in Dallas ever since, man, and been loving it out here. Life has been good. Dallas has been good to me, man. Yeah. So we've been rolling ever since. From there, we jumped into the music scene. And started working with that, doing production. Got with a couple of labels, got a couple of tracks in, built really two nice studios, man, and started working that for a minute until I found out about the next big thing and kind of got in on the ground floor of that and been running at it ever since.
Right. And that is, you can go ahead and tell them what it is.
Oh, man, it's insurance. And when you say that, you'll have a couple of y'all scrunching your faces up like, what? What is he talking about? But here's the thing. Anything that's government mandated,
man,
is something that you want to take a look at. And I'll tell you why, because there's so many different aspects of it.
Yeah.
So from the adjusting side to the agent side to the appraisal side of it, there's so many different aspects to make money in this game, that you'd be a fool not to take advantage of it or to look at it.
A fool.
So you have to realize that pretty much every state is mandated that you have some type of insurance.
Yes.
So because of that, you have billions of dollars of premiums being paid to different insurance companies. Well, what happens when you have a claim? There's only a certain amount of people that are able to work those claims. So what we jumped in on was the independent adjuster side of it, to where you as your own company can work under other companies and make large amounts of cash. And for years had no idea about
Nobody had any idea about this. So let me stop and let me fill in the blanks and how this all came, because I remember the story very vividly.
Yeah.
It was a girl, her name, it was NIA Justin, right? What was her name?
Her name was...
I can't remember her name.
Well, it was Sean, and it was... oh, my gosh.
This was so long ago.
And she's going to kill me. Because
I know. She was such a great girl. I mean, I remember. So what happened was, he found out about her, and then you went to take her class.
Yes.
Right.
And look, I'll backtrack on that. I'll give you even better story on it. So our mutual partner, Big Russ.
Yeah, Big Russ. Shout out to Big Russ, baby.
His son had a party for his birthday. So at this time, y'all, I had just gotten laid off from a job that I was making lots of money on, right? So I really didn't even want to be there. Let's start there.
I don't want to be here.
I don't even want to be there. So I'm at the party, and we're talking to a couple of our partners there, and one of our homeboys had been in adjusting, but I never thought about it.
Yeah.
Right? And so in the middle of a conversation, this man told me, well, you know, I'm about to chill for the rest of the year and just go on vacation. Now, keep in mind, it's August. This man is saying he's done for the year, and he's about to go on vacation for the rest of the year. So I'm already in the bad mood. I'm like, I ain't trying to hit. And he's like, no, really. He's like, I made $176,000 from January to August.
Say it again.
I made $176,000 from January to August, and I'm done for the year. I was like, bullshit. Exactly. So then he was like, no, really. I said, Brad, if you show me where you made that amount of money in that short period of time, I'll be doing what you're doing tomorrow.
Facts.
He walked to his house, came back, and showed me check stubs and statements where he had made that amount of money. I was like, how do I do that? So he ended up giving me her information in the school for NIA adjusting. And so I called him, got my license, and about a month later, I was up and rolling.
You
know what I mean? And it was like, I hadn't looked back since. But that was the origin of that. Hearing this man say he made almost $200,000 from January to August in an 8-month period blew my mind.
Bro. And the average pay, so, and I'm going to tell you how I tied into that, because it was the master plan was always for either one of us to get on. So what happened was, you got on, you told me about it. I've been doing cybersecurity since 98. You know, I'm a nerd. I've been doing that since 98. But when you told me, I was like, oh, I want some of that money too. I got my license. I went through the class with her. I got my just license. I didn't get on. You got on. You know what I'm saying? And so at that time, the origin, the master plan always was, whoever gets on, you get in, you infiltrate, you absorb all that knowledge, all that gain that they've been hiding from us forever. This has been going on since, I don't even know how long, but this is generational. This is real fucking money. You know what I'm saying? I said, get in there, suck all the game up, and eventually we're going to start our own shit. We're going to get our piece of that pie.
Exactly. So I got in and learned every aspect of it from, and guys, y'all don't understand how many aspects of this there is. Dude. So in auto loan, let's just go through auto loan. So there is personal liability, there's property and casualty, there's complex, there's ocean marine, there's inland marine on it, there's PIP, which is personal injury protection, there's BI, there's bodily injury claims. So all of those are just aspects of just auto. We hadn't even gotten to property or commercial or condominium claims or any type of commercial line claims yet. This is just on the auto side of it. So there's so many different aspects of what you can do with this. It's crazy. And we didn't know about this for years. And so, and give you an example of it, when I first got into the game, and it was like 2009, my first deployment, they were paying you $500 a day to work claims. And you're like, oh shit, trust me. On the independent side, they were paying $500 a day to work claims. And these were claims, and I'll show you how it works. So whenever you're watching the news and you see tornadoes or you see earthquakes or you see hurricanes, mostly hurricanes, hailstorms.
Yep.
So the insurance companies get overrun with so many claims that they don't have the adjusters to work them.
Yep.
So what they do is they bring in independent firms to come in and help them work those claims down to the point where they can handle them. Because of that, and because most of these insurance companies have 15 days to acknowledge, assess your claims, and then 30 days to pay you before they get fined or they can get penalties, they will pay out the ass to get those claims worked to avoid those penalties or fees. So they're paying top dollar to get you taken care of so they don't have to pay penalties from the Department of Insurance. So this is why, being an independent adjuster, you will make a hell of a lot more money than you would, say, a staff adjuster. Here's the difference. The staff adjuster gets benefits.
Yeah.
So they'll get their insurance, they'll get their 501,
dental and all that shit.
You'll get your pension, your 401k, stuff like that. As an independent adjuster, you don't get that, but your dollar amount goes up exponentially. So you're looking at anywhere from, somebody who's coming in from making $15 an hour. Now you're looking at $30, $40, $50 an hour. Certain aspects of it, $75 an hour, $85 an hour. Then you go into the day rates, where you're making anywhere from $300 a day to $1,250 a day working those claims.
And they pay weekly. Most of the firms pay weekly.
Most of the firms pay weekly. Some of them pay every 2 weeks. Some of them pay, the 1st and 15th. But majority of the firms are paying you every week. So you're looking at making about $3,000 to $4,000 a week. One of the jobs that I was just on, that I was managing, they were paying $750 a day.
Wow.
For me just to manage a team. So I was working 2 of those at the same time. So that was paying $750 to manage this team, $750 a day to manage that team, and both of them were paying weekly. Yeah, so it is a chance to actually kind of change your situation. So if you're working something, now that you think you're really not getting what you deserve, you might want to look for a career change. And I'm telling you, an independent insurance adjuster, if you get in and do this the right way, you can change your life. There's really not a bill that you can get that you can't pay with the amount of money that you'll be making.
Yeah. Let's actually talk about CAM Global Solutions, right? So that's obviously the culmination of the story that we're telling you guys. He got in, I didn't. Now we're getting to the point where we're actually starting our own firm. We're actually, and we're going to offer education. We're going to offer staffing. So you can speak on that a little bit as well.
Yeah. So CAM Global Solutions will kind of be the full gamut of what we can do. So you'll have a lot of firms that will be able to offer you jobs. Some will be able to offer you training. So we'll actually do both. And so we'll be able to train you, get you your license. And once we get you your license, we'll put you through certain training. So it'll be Adjuster 101. You'll learn to be able to look and read deck pages, which is the lifeblood of any insurance claim or policy.
Right.
You'll be able to look and see what the policies are, what the deductibles are, everything that it encompasses that claim. We'll teach you how to read an adjuster's report. So when the estimate comes back and what's called the GLR, the general loss report comes back, we'll make it simple, showing you how to read it, how to interpret what that adjuster's saying, and what you're paying. So we'll walk you through all of those steps. So now when we actually find something for you or you get placed, you know exactly what to do. And we'll have people on staff to be able to train you and walk you through that step. So that's why we'll be a one-stop shop for that. On top of that, we'll be able to offer you, down the line, we'll be able to offer you tax services. We'll be able to, the whole nine. So we're going to encompass everything in this one company. And CAM Global will be the type of company that you'll want to work for because we take care of everything. You'll have the option to do everything in-house.
Everything in-house.
You know what I'm saying? So that makes it perfect. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. This is a game changer. And people are just starting to find out about it. Actually, about 4 or 5 years ago, there was an article on the best career switch or the best career for people looking for a new career, and it was insurance adjuster. Because there were so few adjusters out there, and there was such a demand on it, where companies were outbidding each other for it. So a storm happens, this company's offering $500 a day, the next company offers you $700 a day. The next company was offering $900 a day because they couldn't fill those slots. So how many of you now are making $500 a day, $700 a day, $900 a day? Exactly. So if the answer to that question is not me, then you really need to listen, and this is for you.
Yeah, exactly.
This was sent for you.
Yeah. And the best part about this hustle is it's only like a weekend course. See, people don't know that. You know what I'm saying? You can actually take the course. You can take it online as well. You can take it online on the website or whatever.
Exactly.
And we're going to probably do special in-person classes every now and then once we kind of get all that straight. But it doesn't take long to go through the course.
No, it is most of the courses in our course is like a 40-hour course. Most of the courses is going to be 10 hours of it is home study. The rest of it will be in class. And we'll be walking you through everything that you need, not only for the test, but for this business. You know, this business is a relationship type of business.
Exactly.
So when you get into this business, you want to put your best foot forward.
Always.
You want to do the best job that you can, because what happens is there are always things that happen, from hailstorms to windstorms to rainstorms to hurricanes, tornadoes. So when they're putting their teams together, what you want them to do is say, who did a good job for me the last time?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember Duane did a great job for me last time. Let me make sure I call him. And that's what you're looking for. You're looking for somebody to make that relationship to whenever somebody needs one, you're the first person they call.
Yeah, call us. You know what I'm saying? And that's, we already have a roster. We already got connections. We're actually going to, so talk about the staffing part of the house as well. So let's say we get somebody certified and they basically say, well, what's next? You know what I'm saying? Do we help them place at other firms? Do we hire them for our firm? How do you see that working?
So for now, what I've been doing is placing people with other firms.
Okay.
All right. So what we're doing now is as we're completing ours and building it, we'll be able to staff you directly. But as of now, once you're getting your license, what I'm doing is making calls to everybody I've made relationships. Again, relationship business. And I'm calling everybody I have relationships with and saying, hey, I have this new adjuster. Here's what I think they'll be good for. Yeah. Do you have anything like that? Yeah, actually, I have 20 positions I'm trying to fill. Send them to me. Send me their resume. And so I even have a person that, and shout out to Rashida, I have a person that I can send you to that is the claims guru. And she'll help you with your resume. She'll help you get started with what you should be looking for. She'll help you get started with where your focus should be. So we have the full gamut of everything covered. So with us, we'll be able to walk you through that whole process. We have people on each end of it that'll be able to help you with resumes, with your taxes, with getting trained, learning what fits you, because the independent portion of it may not be for you. You know, a remote position, if you're the type of person that can't turn the TV off or put the phone down, may not be for you. You may be an in-office type of person. So whatever works for you, we have an aspect of it that fits your lifestyle or fits what you want to do.
Right. That's beautiful. So obviously we're really big on the insurance at Cam Global. You know, that's our baby that's going to take off, man. But we also do a lot of other things outside of that. You know what I'm saying? And so I know one thing that you do is you're a coach, a basketball coach.
Yeah, man. So I got into travel basketball, man, coaching, kind of on funny style. My son, Anthony, shout out to Anthony.
Nephew, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So he decided, you know, I was an old football coach. So he decided that basketball was going to be his way. So I was like, okay, cool. I support it. Being the dad that I am, I'm going to support you in any way. So
all day.
I jumped in feet first. Let's go, son. Whatever we need. So training, the whole nine.
Yeah. So
what I noticed is a lot of these organizations, these coaches were guys that were volunteering, but some of them didn't know the game. Some of them, you know, got caught up with work. And how I actually got my first coaching job is the first day that I took Ant there was at the YMCA. The coach quit.
Wow.
The first day. And then asked, all right, so is there any dad or parent or anybody that wants to coach?
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, man, so check this out. So now I'm the only dad there. So it's nothing but mamas there.
Oh, yeah.
So,
oh, man.
He was like, is there anybody that want to coach you? Everybody looked at me. Everybody looked at me. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm the coach then. That's how that happened, bro. So
wow.
Got into it, man. Working with my little man, working with these other kids. And what I found out that first coaching gig was how much of an impact you make on those kids' lives.
Yeah.
And you have no idea about that. Throughout my son's basketball journey, I kept coaching, kept moving up. So it went from rec ball to, PSA ball. And so now I'm coaching a travel AU basketball team. And again, man, you just don't have, you have no idea the impact that you're having on these kids. Watching like last year, thank God we were able to have all of our kids go to college.
Yeah.
So all of our girls, all of our boys.
That's big. Congratulations on that, bro.
Yeah, they're in college, man, playing and talk to them all the time. And it was just, it's a good feeling to see the impact that you have on these kids' life and talk to them daily. They'll call with stuff that they're going through. One of my boys right now is going through that thing where he is. Remember, we always talk about creating silent enemies. Yeah. Your success creates silent enemies.
Yeah.
And so he came back just to work out with the high school kids. And I could tell he kind of wanted to talk. And he was like, Coach, can you bring me home? I'm like, yeah, man. And again, don't kill me for telling this story, son. And I'm driving him back to school. And he goes on to tell me that before he started having success, everybody was his friend.
Yep.
But he had a couple of games where he did really well, like 40-point games, 28-point games. And so when he started doing well, everybody then started having a problem with his success.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the guys that were on the team before that were older guys now started clowning them, kind of shitting on him, kind of doing a little evil shit, to try to get in his way. And I told him, I said, that's when you know it's working.
That's when you know it's working.
That's when you know it's working, son.
Yeah.
I was like, because now, and I always say success breeds silent enemies. You got people that are sitting back watching, thinking that should be me.
Yep.
And you're making this look so easy. They're thinking,
so easy.
That should be me. Why can I do that? Well, you're not putting in the same work.
The same effort.
And man, I say this to my kids all the time. You have a lot of kids that are wondering why they're not having the type of success that others are having.
Yep.
And I said, well, one, your train is on schedule. But two, ask yourself this question. Are you putting in the work? Because our motto is you can pay now and play later, or you can play now and pay later. But you're going to pay.
Yeah, one way or the other.
One way or the other, you're going to pay. Yeah. So put in the work now to make your life easier later on.
Exactly.
And that's the key.
Yeah.
And a lot of people won't do that. A lot of people want that play now.
Instant gratification type
stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it kills me now. We're just talking about a guy that we had worked with in the past. It's, he is still, and me and you talked about this, the people that can't let go of the past, and they don't know how to push forward, and they're still trying to live out what they were doing back then. And you see people kind of in the same spots, and you're like, damn, you didn't even think to, you're not trying to push, none of that.
Yeah.
Like, that's never entered. You're kind of content where you are.
Yeah.
Hey, no problem. That's not me.
Yeah,
it's always pushing forward.
Yeah. Hard.
Yeah, man. It's like, what you're doing now is trying to set up success for later. And if not for you, for your children, for your children's children.
Yeah.
So if you're not thinking in those terms, what are you doing?
What are you doing? And so I'm going to piggyback on that a little bit. So I'm going to tell you what CAM Global Solutions. So CAM means his kids, Claire and Ant, and my daughter, Maddie. Mm-hmm. This business that we're starting is for them. That's why it's called CAM Global Solutions. It's not for me and him. Me and him we didn't, bro, there's nothing that me and this dude haven't done already. You know what I'm talking about? We're sitting on top of the hill like, bro, I remember I used to do that. I remember I used to do that.
Yeah.
I did that. You're going to fuck up. Don't do that. That's kind of where we at right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about me or this guy. It's about our kids and generational wealth. You dig what I'm saying?
Exactly. What we're leaving them. And Cam Global Solutions is hopefully they take what we started and take it global.
Take it global.
You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what it is. So that's the legacy piece of it. But back to the basketball part of it. So that's what I've been doing. Been doing it for years now. I work with an organization called Athletic Elite.
Yeah.
These brothers have been around since 1996. It started as kind of a Christian mission for just to help kids that weren't getting the looks from the big shoe brands and the big companies.
Yeah.
And so we were helping those kids, and it just grew and grew until now. Like I'll give you an example. Last year, we were ranked number 8 in the region for prep hoops. We finished in the top 4.
Wow.
And this is an independent thing with no shoe money behind us.
Independent body. You know
that's what I'm saying. So, man, but the kids put in the work. You know what I mean? And when you're able to put in that work, you see the benefits of it.
Yeah.
So that's my love, man. That's my passion. And like I said, it fell in my lap.
It's funny how shit
all
like that
started from a dude quitting on the first day of the job.
It's funny how shit like that works out when you're doing the right things, you're on the right path. The big man upstairs will always put them jewels. I call them jewels, you know what I'm saying? They'll put you in a path where you're going to run across that, and then they like, oh my God. And it becomes a lifelong journey, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And this was something I was just doing to help my son.
Yeah.
And then it turned into something so much bigger.
So before we get out of here, the season, when does the season start? Is it over, or how does that go?
No, so the season is coming up now. So the spring-summer season is starting. So March 31st begins the season, and then it goes up until May.
Okay.
And so a lot of these kids, like I said, a lot of the kids that we get the kids that aren't going to the shoe brands. We get the kids that can't afford to go to the bigger programs.
Right.
So we get them and we do what they do for a fraction of the cost that it costs them to play at those bigger programs. Yeah. And we're competing and not beating those programs.
Right. That's what's up. So before I go any further, because we covered a lot, we covered everything, but for specifically on the hoop, if there's somebody out here watching, they want to actually get their kid with you or learn more about how they can join your program, how do they do that?
Yes, so the name of our program is Athletic Elite. So you can get with us through our Twitter page, you can get with us through our Instagram page, and it's AETX Basketball.
Okay.
So
it'll be on the video, you know what I'm saying?
So AETX Basketball. Same with our Twitter page, and we have people monitoring that all the time, so you can get with us.
Last but not least, is there anything else you want to share with our followers and our fans before we get out of here?
Yeah, say it again. Guys, you can pay now and play later, or you can play now and pay later, but you're going to pay.
Either way, you know what I'm saying?
You're going to pay.
You're going to have to pay. You're going to have to pay. You know what I'm talking about? So on that note, man, remember what we said? We gave you guys a lot of game and some wisdom, man. Take what we said, think about it, marinate on it, hit us up, send us an email, call us. We're always here to help and chop it up with you guys, help you guys elevate your game, man. You know what I'm saying? So on that note, J. Ross Block, we out, man. Let's get it.